So for Phoenix, their last game, a win against the Bulls.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right, on dunks and layups against the defense.
The court for the Suns. Inside, it's Morris and Plumlee. Dragic is out there with Gerald Green, and it's Tucker in at the small forward position. The Warriors packing Oracle Arena, but plans for a new arena on the San Francisco waterfront by 2018. I've seen pictures. It's going to be beautiful.
Oh, I can only imagine one of the great fan bases in all of basketball. Change of location from their original intended spot on the piers to a spot known as Mission Bay, about a mile south.
And a new coach.
Yeah, that's right.
And he makes the first.
Well, and you look at the hurdles the Warriors had faced with their planned arena site on the piers. Political, bureaucrats, financial issues, and the cost of renovating the piers. But with their new site, those issues pretty much gone. Easy to see why they went in another direction.
And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Barnes screen on Green. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Off target with his three. The Suns have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Over in the corner, Green. It's good from long range. Green's got 5 points so far.
And for the Warriors, a new line called the Central Subway, under construction, is expected to have a stop a block away from the new arena. So really good public access when that happens. And that's really good to hear, especially for Oakland fans still hoping to attend the game.
And the Warriors with some changes. Spates comes in for Andrew Bogut. And David Lee is subbed in for Andre Iguodala. .146 left here in the opening quarter. Offensive rebound. That drops.
Like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
The Suns trailing. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Golden State's head coach and I were able to chat. I asked him about the difficulty defensively against a team that's so smart and controlled offensively. He said that's a great point. They really do a terrific job of executing their offense. Not a lot of miscues or missteps. We need to be just as disciplined if we're going to get the upper hand. And down 1-0 in the season series, guys. We'll see if they can even it up.
Doris, thanks. No better way to enforce your defense if you can keep that defensive shooting percentage to a minimum.
And for that to happen, Kevin, it's going to take a complete group effort defensively.
Steve, that's an excellent point. Defending a team that really can stroke it like this requires an awful lot of good communication among all the defenders. Everybody has to be chattering and aware of where bodies are at all times.
Barnes can't get it to go.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Ennis passes to Len. Outside Dragic. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Two seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lee outside. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 4 assists in the game. Now Ennis. Here's Tucker. No good.
Great work hitting in the shooter's face and then getting back to the boards to grab the rebound.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Warriors lead by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. For Golden State, Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Azili. Lee comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Thompson in for Curry.
Harrison Barnes, the 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. He's got prototypical size and athleticism for that small forward position. Still developing his overall game, but he's got enormous potential.
On the court for the Suns, the Bulldozer in at power forward. Dragic is out there with Isaiah Thomas. Then there's Len, and it's Tucker in at the 3 slot. Lee goes in.
And a moment to check out Klay Thompson here. Outstanding year for him. Thompson scoring, and he's number 3 in the league at three-point field goal shooting, so he has really been on fire.
And Steve, we really can't gloss over his ranking as the top scorer in the NBA. I mean, he's the one guy you don't want to see coming out of the opposing locker room.
Ennis, he's checked in for Phoenix. And both free throws good for Lee. 1:51 left in the first half. Ennis with the ball. Passes it to the Bulldozer. No good. Good D by Lee. And Barnes, the top overall recruit in the nation coming out of high school in 2010.
Yeah, and really high expectations for him from a relatively young age. There's been some disappointment in his development, but with his work ethic, I think it's short-lived.
We've got 1:13 left in the first half of basketball. Dragic the pass to the Bulldozer. Back to Dragic. Clock at 6. To the inside. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
Well, they were shooting well early on. I like their spacing and their offensive flow. I think they need to get back to that.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
Well, they're trying to play fast and trying to put the defense on their heels.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
And there's the pass to Thompson. Now Lee inside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, looking at David Lee, you know, guys, the one thing that really stands out about him, and there's a lot, but a very well-rounded offensive game.
Well, he's so mobile. He's an ambidextrous finisher around the rim. He can step out and hit that mid-range jumper. You know, the ability to use both hands kind of reminds me of you, Kevin, how you sometimes hold the mic in your left hand, sometimes with the right.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah, one thing about Steve, he is observant. You know that. He doesn't miss much.
Here's Iguodala, averaging 10 points per contest. Kicks to Lee. Ring shot on the way, and he hits the jumper for 2. Lee's got his 3rd basket of the night.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
Dragic kicks it to Tucker, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
PJ Tucker.
Here's Thompson. And the first half ends.
Yes, Kevin, here with Stephen Curry. And Steph, you've had to deal with a lot of defensive pressure. What do you need to do to counteract that?
I just got to slow down. I mean, they're playing good defense, trying to trap the ball screens and take on the three-point line. But, you know, just got to be aggressive, keep getting shots up, making the right plays, and they'll turn around.
Steph, thank you so much. Kevin, it's not easy in the NBA.
Okay, Doris, much of...
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. Firstly, our offensive output in the paint was really encouraging. But that being said, let's make sure we don't get too one-dimensional in the second half. I want us getting points from the inside and out. I'll say this for us, though. Our shot selection has been terrific. We haven't forced things, and the shots are dropping for us because of that patience. Also, we can sacrifice some manpower on the defensive glass in this half in order to have opportunities to get the break started with bodies already headed up the court. We know we can take their best punches and hang with them. Now it's time to hit them with everything we got and see how they handle it.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping. Lee's checked in for Golden State. Draymond Green comes in for Andre Iguodala. And the Suns making a change here. Curry and Thompson, the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. David Lee is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Green in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Morris kicks to Len. Poke loose. 4 on the shot clock. The finish. And the dunk by Barnes.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get at the other end.
The Bulldozer, he's checked in for Phoenix. Suns trail by 10.
Well, it wasn't too long ago that the Suns were selling first-round picks. Now the complete opposite. This team stacking up draft picks as they look to go young and rebuild this club.
Count the bucket. The Bulldozers got 8 points.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Andre Iguodala is perhaps the premier wing defender in the league. Dre himself said, "I used to always joke with my coaches, I could play defense in my sleep. But it's not just natural ability," he said. "There's another me in the league. They have the same things. Long arms, quick feet, and they can defend. They just choose not to do it." Kevin?
It comes from within, Doris. Thank you. And the push for new talent in Phoenix really seen from top to bottom. New GM, first-time head coach, and Jeff Hornacek.
Yeah, and they did an outstanding job. They're pushing to create a very positive culture. They're really giving everybody an opportunity to show what they can do. Thus far.
Substitution for the Suns.
Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Jazz in Utah.
Well, what we saw here tonight is, one team just had everything going for it and the other didn't. Huge margin of victory for the Warriors.
Clark, what do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
Simply field goal percentage. They shot the ball much better than the opponent.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And they'll be feeling that today's win makes things right after losing the first game of the year to this club.
And hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, really. I mean, one thing's certain, though. They're going to be at each other's throats. We know that. This has become a very intense matchup.
You always need role players to step up and help, and that was the case here as everything was working for Curry. He just looked like an orchestrator out there, keeping his teammates involved, running to the open spots. I mean, he would constantly find them more often than not.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. The Bulldozer in at the 4 spot. Isaiah Thomas out there with Ennis. Then there's Len, and it's Dragic in at the small forward. Azili's checked in for Golden State. Spates comes in for Green. Barnes dishes to Thompson. Spates sets a screen. Shot clock at 6. It's Thompson off the drive. Goes back up. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Warriors lead by 20.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
Ennis passes to Warren. Here's the Bulldozer, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. So we see the...
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
Man, UGLY.
Man, ugly doesn't even begin to describe what happened out there.
Yeah, what would you call that?
Sorry, pathetic, garbage, embarrassing.
Just gotta let it go. Get it back tomorrow, study some film, see what went wrong, at the weight room, get some treatment, make it up next time.